Good evening, this is your psychic 𝓙𝓸𝓷𝓮 reporting from the United Kingdom. Is anybody there? Knock once for yes, twice for no. Hello, hello, hello. It is 11:11 p.m. UK time, heading towards the witching hour, and we are going to delve deep tonight. Good evening there, mystery on Twitch. How you doing? Border Collie. Oh, it's hot. It's still hot. Not as hot as it has been, but it's still hot. Good evening there, Stooge. How yous doing? Apologies for being a few minutes late, as usual. I'm always rushing around. Good evening, Kim. Life of Light. Sparkly Shimmer. Hello there. We've got Dolphin Smile in the house and Lady Aid. It's hot, isn't it? I've heard it's been really hotter down south as well. That's in the UK alone, so everywhere else as well. Oh, thank you. I did have a little sun top on and I felt a little bit conscious, so I thought, I'm going to cover myself up a bit. So I put this on, but thank you. Oh my God, it's 118 Fahrenheit in Arizona. Oh my lordy, I hope you're keeping cool. It seems to be hot everywhere, isn't it? And of course the wildfires are still going on. Yeah, it's just crazily hot. But there you go. That's what we're going through at the moment. White Flower can't see me. Can anybody else see us? You might have to come back out, White Flower, and come back in. Good evening. We've got YouTubers in the house here. Hiya, Sue Marshall. Hiya, Marley. And Anne Farrington. We've got Vega in the house. G. Louise from Winchester. Agate in a piece. So I want to say good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you all are around the world. This is the Psychic 𝓙𝓸𝓮 show. We are going to look into world events and see what's going on and whatever else takes our fancy. Hello to everybody in YouTube and in Twitch. Just giving you a wave there. Maybe I shouldn't have put this top on. It is warm like, isn't it? I've got the windows all open all around the house, mind. Hello there in Newton Aycliffe. Has it been warm there as well? Oh, it's definitely been warm in France, hasn't it? Poor, I feel so heartily sorry for you all. Yeah, everybody needs to watch their pets, definitely. So I hope you've been looking forward to this. We'll wait for a few more to come in. Oh, hello there, Truth Warrior. And I want to say a big shout out to the moderators for keeping this forum safe. It means a lot. And don't forget, you've got to subscribe to now comment. And new subscribers, you only got to wait an hour. And then you can comment, okay? It's just to keep the forum safe. And obviously I looked into it and I had well over 30,000, 40,000 nearly. People were watching us who weren't subscribed. So it's quite a big chunk. So don't forget to subscribe or check that you're still subscribed. And also as well, I do offer private sittings. You can contact us. I'll put the link in the description afterwards, either through Facebook or email. But either if you want just a short reading or a longer reading, I do all sorts of things. And I also offer question answers as well, which is on my website, which I'll link afterwards in the description. And I'll be doing the astrology column again soon. I do the astrology column actually every month on my website, and obviously only sometimes I can manage to get it out as a video, but I will try and do that for you as well. and give you a bit extra of that. But I reckon August is going to be crazy on everything. I would say soon as the clock strikes 12 is we're going into Thursday, Friday, definitely by Friday, everything's going to go manic, absolutely manic. And of course there's no trolls on Twitch. I like what somebody's just put there, because you're a paid subscriber, and it's nice and secure outside, being in a nice little snug room. But it's lovely to see you all, and let's just get me a cup of tea. And I hope you have been keeping yourself cool wherever you're all around the world. I know Aussies are quite cold at the moment. Jim, my friend, was telling us that it was -10, and I think it was in the north of Australia or somewhere yesterday, which is terrible. And I was getting really strongly like I know the sort of the world's on an axle tilt anyway, but I felt there'd been some sort of, has it tilted more, or there's something going on strange at the moment to do with the weather. Definitely. So I think I'll look into that as well. So is it cool down in the Netherlands? Oh, that's good. That's good, Petra. Anyway, so I've got my water, I've got my tea. The cats are settled, I think. They've been fed. Adam's in bed. And we're going to start the world predictions. And I think that everything's revving up, isn't it, since I've last been on. And we've had the arrest of Andrew and Tristan Tate in Miami. And I want to look into the cards actually with that. So reminders on with that one. And I also want to look into, what's going to happen with this Iran war. It seems to be like never ending. And to me, I feel that there's something ready to spark off, which is going to affect the global economy, definitely. So it's important that we look into that as well. And I'm just going to scry into my crystal ball. She's been in the garden all day. There she is. And we'll see what comes through. Sometimes you may get a crazy vision, but I just put it out. It's been cold in Scotland, has it? That's just up the road from me, isn't it? Which part of Scotland? We've got some crazy weather at the minute, haven't we? We've got Julie Brett here, and she's saying, Louise, will I be safe there to go to Turkey in August? Yeah, there's a lot of Brits, obviously, we like to go to Turkey on my holiday over there. I've never actually been. My friend, little Karen, God rest her soul. My lovely best friend who passed over. She used to go to Turkey all the time. She was always in Turkey. I used to ring up and say, you're not in bloody Turkey again, are you? She loved it. And she kept saying, oh, you'll have to come, Lou. She used to call us Lulu, And to me, a hot sunbathing holiday isn't really me. Do you know what I mean? But hey ho to everybody. Everyone's different. You know what I mean? I like sightseeing holidays and stuff like that. But yeah, maybe I'm missing out on something. But yeah, I'll look into Turkey, because I know that I felt in my last world predictions that Turkey wasn't out of the woods with earthquake. There was worries there, wasn't there? But I feel it'll be all right. But I'll check it out and I'll see what comes up. What's Patricia say here on YouTube? Steve Judd says, if nothing happens in the next 3 days, Iran and Ukraine, it's all going to linger on. Well, I'll definitely check it out. I mean, Steve Judd's good, you know what I mean? He's a good astrologer. We all look at things differently, don't we? But I'll definitely check it out. I like Lady Karashaka. My bloodline is from Scotland on my mum's side. It's all good stuff. Well, I'm 35% Scottish. But then again, it doesn't surprise us. Newcastle, it's near the borders of Scotland, so it's obvious that there was going to be some Scottish in us, wasn't there? Didn't think there was going to be that much. I wouldn't mind my lovely friend Graham, who passed over, and I hope Kay's watching this up in Inverness. He used to say, I'm convinced I bet you've got Scottish in you, he used to say. He says, you've got that Scottish fiery temper about you. He was right. He'd be laughing up there. We've got Celestial Flea in here. Kay says, you suit that blue. Oh, thank you. And Kay's obviously Graham's wife, yeah? And yeah, I quite often think of him. You know, there's quite a few people miss him. He's such a big miss because he's just part of the community. You all are, yeah? And I just think it's just like we're own little tribe, isn't it? But I want to share a dream with you in a minute before I get started about, I feel it's got it's got a connection with Andrew Tate. Excuse me, but I'm going to share it with you in a minute. Okay, I'll wait for more people to come on here. We've got Christine Shaw in the audience, yeah? Oh, so it's very chilly this evening. It's just weird weather, isn't it? And of course, it's nearly building up to full moon. We've got Jeff Irvin in here. You're moving up there. Moving to it's 25. Oh, goodness me. That's obviously 25 Celsius. Julie Brett says she's got English blood, Indian and Lithuanian bloodline. That's exotic, isn't it? I've got note exotic. I'm Netherlands, Scottish, Welsh, but Breton and French, and I would say the one what shocked me was Danish, was Viking. Well, hey, I've got a bit of Viking in us and a bit of Dutch. So I'm an Anglo-Celt. But I've got quite a big chunk of French in us as well. Hello there in Western New York. What's the weather been like over there today? Lots of fires in Canada. I'm going to check that out as well. That's something else, yes. So I just think that, yeah, I feel there's a lot of stuff to come out, I feel. A lot of stuff to erupt. Does that make sense? But as you know, we human beings, we do get affected by the full moon and we get affected by eclipses. And Mother Gaia's the same. She's very sensitive, you know, and she will get affected by this as well. So, you know, it's all good stuff, but, you know, we're on the right track. We're moving forward. And there's a lot of crazy stuff which is flying around out there. So it's very, very important that we keep our feet firmly on the ground as well. I'm losing my voice, aren't I? I always do that when I first come on. I'm not keen on the warm weather. I prefer the colder weather, but I think it's because I can cope with the hot weather if I've got a breeze. And I've talked about the time when I went to Barbados, and when I got off the plane, I thought, good God, it was like a heat, like walking into an oven. But because it's such a windy island, hurricane island, I got used to the weather, and I got accustomed to it. It was lovely, you know. As long as I've got a breeze, I'm fine. Okay. I mean, the favourite time of year is coming up for me soon, which is autumn for me as well. Jigsaw. And time is definitely speeding up, girls and boys. Girls and boys? Oh my goodness. It is very hot in this house, like. Okay. So long as you can hear us okay, and I'm going to start for new people coming in. It's just about coming to a spiritualist church. And hiya, Marina. Oh my God, I was thinking about you the other day. There's a video going around. Have you seen it? And it's in America where this bus drives around into this housing estate. and it toots the horn, and then people let their dogs run onto the bus, and it's like a nursery school where they've got their little satchels on, and they're jumping onto the bus, all these dogs. Oh my God, the video is mint. If I find it, I'll link it in the description of the video later. And I just love things like that. I miss my dogs. I love me cats, mind you, but I miss me dogs. My God. Right. I don't think you ever get over it, really, do you? And obviously, I've got an announcement to make before I start as well. So last Sunday, I don't know if you remember that I had a little text message. She'll not mind us saying this, from my lovely daughter-in-law, Georgetta, call her Lammy, that MJ, my border collie, the dog, had took poorly, and she had took her to the vets. And apparently after that, they brought her back and she was fine. And then the next day, she sadly passed away. So it's been quite a sad week for the family. And obviously, my daughter-in-law and my son Luke and my little granddaughter are extremely upset because she was like a big part of the family. She was a very old lady, you know. I'll show you a picture of her. But I just would like tonight, if everybody can send prayers out for my daughter-in-law. I believe Luke's okay, but for my daughter-in-law, definitely. And my little granddaughter, because they're absolutely devastated. And of course, it's a big thing. There's a nice one of her. Can you see her? I did used to have her on the show. I think it might have been the Twitch show. There's her with a little bow in her hair, man. So, just sadly passed away. There's my dog, Sissy, my little Jack Russell. She was called Gypsy, but I called her Sissy, yeah. And that was when MJ fell in the river and Sissy was looking after her. Can you see? Can you see MJ that way? I don't know why I got rid of that black leather settee. You know, it was really good. You used to just wipe it over, no messing about. There's a lovely one. So I would like prayers, please, for, she'll not mind, for my lovely daughter-in-law, Lammy, and my little granddaughter, Tyler Lily. And there's MJ. As we know, as dog lovers, we know how painful it is and how horrible it is. All dogs definitely go to heaven. And the funny thing is, what happened? So on the Saturday night, because it was the Sunday night when she took Paulie, wasn't it? On the Saturday night, I've been getting strange activity going on my YouTube. Normally it's my brother what comes through. And my Jack Russell, Sissy, used to, I was convinced she was Italian. She used to love Pavarotti and she loved Italian, all right? Because I've got an Italian friend called Frank who I've done the ghost hunts with. And she used to like it when he talked in Italian. So I'm convinced that she understood it. You know, animals are very intelligent. And what was I going to say? So Pavarotti came on and it was 𝓛𝓸𝓾𝓲𝓮, and I was sitting there getting upset and I could see Sissy running like over the Rainbow Bridge, and then I seen Oliver and I knew they were all right, and I thought, oh, I wonder why they're coming for, to just to say hello maybe. And I have a funny feeling they knew that MJ was going to pass. And yeah, and I feel they were waiting for her. They did fall out for a short time and we had to split them up, and it was over a chocolate button, and both girls hadn't been in, they were in heat, and we split them up, but they were happy at one point together. So I feel they've all gone back together over there. Because at one point, my Jack Russell had pups, and MJ acted like the auntie towards the pups. She was really protective, and Sissy let her do that, you know. Of course, Marina's put here, she's still Mrs. Cooper, and you do. I don't feel the pain goes away, and it's the same with people as well, you know. When people say, oh, time's a great healer, what a load of rubbish. It's not. I think it gets harder. I mean, I don't know if you agree, but yeah, they need lots of love and healing. I have done a lovely little video for them, but it's personal, and of course I can't show you because of that, but also the copyright. But it was a little song I did for them, and what was the song again? It's Maggie's song. Is it Maggie's song? When they're talking about the dog. Have you heard that? So yeah, it's all been about dogs this week, yeah. But rest in peace, dear MG, which was short for Mary Jane. People thought it was Michael Jackson, but it was little Mary Jane. That was her name. But she suited MG. It was more a tomboy name for her. So Lady Kariska here is, I just found out my male German Shepherd has adult heartworms. Oh my goodness, I've never heard of that before. And your little Shih Tzu is having seizures. That's the thing, you see. They're lovely, but it's like losing them, isn't it? Because they don't last long, do they? And it's so worrying. So worrying. I've got 3 dogs in spirit. Actually, I've got a 4th because Sissy, one of her little pups, passed as well. But 3 dogs that I had as pets. And numerous animals over the years, you know, what the lads had when they were little, growing up. We even had snakes, we had rats, we had everything, you name it, we had it. Horses, the lot, you know. But we are big animal lovers in this group, aren't we? Oh, thank you, Marina. So it's been hard. Obviously I've been upset as well, but not as upset as what Georgette is, little lamb chop she is, and my daughter-in-law and my granddaughter, they're absolutely devastated. But Luke works away, and Luke came home down from Scotland and he buried his dog, and they've got land and they're going to put a nice plant there for her. So at least she's where she'll be running free round the fields and happy. Do you know what I mean? So I just thought I would share that with you before I start. And anyway, enough of that, because we are going to be upbeat, and we are going to anybody who's in this audience who's worried about their pets, it's all for pets in this group as well. So if you need healing, or you need prayers, or you're just worried about anything or anybody, anything, write the name, or even if it's an animal, write the name in the comments section, either in the stream or afterwards underneath in the comments, and you will receive the healing. I start with a prayer, a Reiki prayer, before I come on air, and there's other people in the audience who are also Reiki practitioners, and we all do it at the same time before I come on. So it does work as well, okay? So if you're needing prayers or healing, just write your name in the comment section and you will receive the healing. Bless all the little animals. Bless all the large animals as well. All the animals across the planet. Okay, so let's start. Where's my little bell? Then I'll tell you about my dream. I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael, I invoke Archangel Michael. I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael, I invoke Archangel Raphael. I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel, I invoke Archangel Uriel. I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel, I invoke Archangel Gabriel. I'm going to bring 𝓛𝓸𝓾𝓲𝓮 in as well, because it's nice. We'll bring them all in. I invoke Archangel 𝓛𝓸𝓾𝓲𝓮, I invoke Archangel 𝓛𝓸𝓾𝓲𝓮, I invoke Archangel 𝓛𝓸𝓾𝓲𝓮. He works for computers as well and technical stuff, okay? So if anybody's been having any technical problems, sometimes that'll come about around certain moon phases, or definitely around retrogrades, okay? Mercury retrogrades. I ask my faithful spirit guides to step forward tonight to form the circle of light for everybody in this group, that they receive the healing and the prayers that they need, and we receive that the true answers from Spirit. Jed, White Buffalo, Running Star, Lady Direwolf, A2I, and Ra. Okay, anybody who would like to step forward from the spirit world, from the animal kingdom, from the fairy elementals, any star beings that would like to come forth either from spirit or telecommunication, who would like to give us any true answers tonight, you are welcome to come in. With love and light, love and light, love and light. Amen. Okie dokie. I feel my joints have been hurting a lot recently as well, you know, and I think sometimes when it's hot outside and you've got like the pollen count is very high, it doesn't help with allergies and if you've got intolerances, that type of thing. I want to also say this, bless all the forest animals at the minute with all the horrible fires, that they are protected. Yeah. It's quite a tough one, isn't it, when we lose our pets? Definitely. But, you know, there'll always be a paw print on my hearts forever. They walk with we still. You know, they're just in another room. They're still with we. And then, I always say this, one day when you pass over, they'll be waiting for you. Yeah, they'll be waiting for you. And I believe that they are an extension to our souls. Not all, but there's always that certain one where you really feel like you've lost part of yourself. And when that is the case, it's because they're part of your soul family. Bit like people, certain people. And then you've got your children, you know, you've got new souls and old souls. And sometimes they come in as tests. Yeah, even though you love them, they may come in as tests. But there's always that child what just pulls at your heart. And it's the same with an animal. It's the same thing. And I just call them our fur babies. And there's not just dogs, there's cats as well. You know, and there's all sorts of animals, you know, what need our love in our world. Yeah, I said 𝓛𝓸𝓵𝓪. It's my accent, sorry. So Mandy's asking to keep Sheba her dog in prayer, of course. There's always a soul behind them big brown eyes. You know, even that Daisy the cow. There's always a soul behind them big brown eyes. So I was like grandma to MJ. I was like grandma, you know, but she was such a cute, funny little dog, you know. And there's so much cruelty at the minute on the planet, you know. Did I link, because I know I was talking about the group that I run, Pets Northeast. I didn't think I linked it. I'll link it. I'll try and remember that I run a group for animals lost and found, and we've helped to find a lot of cats and dogs. I do have people running it for us, like, because I'm obviously very busy. One of my good friends, Paul, he runs it. So there's a bit of buffering going on tonight. Is anybody else experiencing that? Maybe if you come out here and come back in, it might help it. Oh, that's awful. Julie Brett, my heart goes out to the dogs in Turkey been rounded up. Oh my goodness me. Yes, and we need to also send prayers out to the dogs, the puppies in Wang Wang. Is that in China? Oh my God. I know. And of course, if you're like me, you know, if I see something cruel, like an ad, it affects me. I'm terrible when it comes to animals. It's terrible. Anyway, I'm going to tell you about this before I start, right? So a little while ago, I don't often get nightmares, but this was a nightmare where I was literally there. There was another nightmare where I had entered this, it looked like hell, but it was like lower dimensions. And I thought, what the hell am I doing here? Hell. And I was actually distracting these. There was a way where these light workers were traveling, souls, young souls, and they were traveling through like a lower dimension to get somewhere. They were trying to get to heaven. And there was this demon stopping them. So we do sometimes, when we're light workers and shamans, we do stuff in the astral. There'll be many in the audience who probably wake up exhausted in the morning because you've been fighting demons in your sleep or whatever, or doing astral work. And I do grid work. I do all sorts of things, you know. And I had gone entered this place, so I was distracting this demon so these kids could get by. And I'm saying kids, they were in their teens, early 20s, so they could get by to get to be where they needed to be. Then maybe they were angels or something, but they'd been on earth, and they were souls, and they were trying to get from A to B. And he's seen as this demon, and I stood there, and as he was charging towards us, he got that close to us, no word of a lie, all right? I literally jumped out of where I was in that dimension and landed back into my body in bed, and it was painful because I went back in really, really quickly. So that was real, because I had astral travelled, and I can do it at will. I can literally do it at will. It's taken a lot of time over the years to do it, you know, and I don't always have to be asleep to do it either. But anyway, so this other situation what took place, I was in this house and I was queuing up. I'm going to tell you exactly the way the dream is, right? And there was other women with us, and these women were very pretty, young, glamorous girls, okay? And I'm thinking, why am I standing in this house, this big house, and it had grounds, but I felt I was locked in and I couldn't leave. And it was like a cult place, okay? And we were going to meet this guy, and we were down these dark corridors, and everybody was worshipping this guy. And there was another guy there with him and other people. And I was thinking, it was round about the time Charlie Kirk passed. I don't know if it was just before or just after I had this nightmare. But I knew I was astral travelling. It was really, really weird. And I was terrified because they were signing up for something they couldn't get out of. And I knew that there was sex involved, right? And it was starting to panic us, and I was getting to the front of the queue, and I'm thinking, what's going on here? And then I faced him, and they were all standing around him, and they were worshipping him, and they were saying nice things to him and everything. And I stood up and I said, I don't believe you. I want to exit now. And he said, you can't. He says, you're in hell and you can't get out. So I ran. And I ran out of this building, and it was enclosed high around, and I couldn't get out. And I knew I was somewhere like in Europe somewhere, and it felt like Romania where I was. Okay, this is what it felt like. I couldn't put two together, and I knew him, but I didn't know who he was. It was really weird. And I'll tell you afterwards why I didn't think it was him at the time. because he had little bits of hair, but sometimes this person, which I believe it was, sometimes he shaves his hair off and then he grows it back in again, and it was when he had his hair grown in a little bit. So anyway, so I was trying to get over this wall, this enclosure, and then it seemed like there was an agent, a secret agent, got a hold of us, and it was a black woman, and she was trying to hold us down, and she stabbed us, injected us with something, and I passed out. And then I woke up, and I was so angry that I'd got to that stage where I'd allowed them to do that to us, and I knew that I was in something and I was trying to uncover something, and it was really weird. But I also knew that his soul knew who I was and why I was there, and I was trying to uncover it, and I never thought anything more of it. And then it suddenly dawned on us, oh my God, what's wrong, baby? I knew she was going to do this tonight. Are you all right? I may have to just go off a minute because she's pooped, and she's been a little bit skitsy. She's pooped on the floor, and if Adam comes downstairs, I know that sounds disgusting. She's going to he'll stand in the poo. So I'll have to go and pick that up in a minute. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh my God. This is just like coming to my back kitchen for a cup of tea. Do you know what I mean? It's like no airs and graces in here, is there? It's like the bloody Osborne's in here. You go and poo-poo in the potty, not on the floor. Oh my God. Right, what was I saying? So I was really annoyed that this had happened, and then it suddenly dawned on us that it was Andrew Tate, right? And I was watching a documentary, and this woman was saying that they weren't allowed to leave, right? And they had to sign something, and apparently he was taking their money. He was taking a large percentage of their money. He was basically pimping them out. So I wanted to throw this at you and what you thought about it. It's like the bloody Osborne's in here. It bloody is. She's so naughty. I'm going to have to go pick that up in a second. Wait a minute. So what do you think of that? It's shocking, isn't it? So, was spirit showing me, I just automatically went there, and the girls were crying in this queue. It was really, really weird. But they weren't allowed to leave. And once they were in this enclosure in Romania, they were forced to do things they didn't want to do. So I needed to share this with you, and that was my dream. And so what I'm going to do tonight is I will look in and pull some cards out on them and see what comes of that. Now give me a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen, because I can't operate doing the will predictions with shit on the floor. So I'll be back in a minute. I will wash my hands. I won't be a minute. Oh my God. That's very naughty. You poo-pooed all over the floor. Oh my God. Oh. Right. You little bugger, you. You are a naughty, naughty girl. Oh. Oh. Right, let's wash your hands. What are you doing? You're naughty. Come on then. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know why she's just done that, and I keep the litter trays clean, so she's just being naughty. That's one way of getting mum's attention, exactly. Oh my goodness. Whew. They're just like little pellets, but it's not the point, do you know what I mean? It's like disgusting. No, I don't believe so. She goes to the toilet fine. She's just naughty. She's got a wet nose. Everything's fine. She eats fine. She's got dermatitis on her neck. She has like a little problem with her skin. But shit happens, yes. Like I say, it's just like the bloody Osborns in here. When Sharon had the trouble with her dogs shitting everywhere. It's the same. It's the same in here with her. Nola's not like that. So I've got a Bengal. Well, she's part Bengal and half of a Bengal. And she, I'll say to her, go and have a wee poo poo. And she'll sit on the toilet and have a wee, and then she'll flush the toilet with her paw. So she's completely different. She's really, Nola's really intelligent, and she'll go in the potty, in the litter tray. But the other one just does what she bloody wants, and then looks at you, and then sticks her paws up at you and tells you where to go. Anyway, let's get on. So, I just wanted to share that about the strange dream I had, and it was terrifying. It was absolutely, I felt there were bullies, and I felt that some of the women wanted to step forward and they wanted to be out of this cult. Because that's what it was. It was a cult, and they were brainwashing young men's minds about it and stuff like that. So it's all going to come out in the wash. This, do you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm laughing at somebody's here. Julie Brett just put my leaks urine in. You have to put little puppy pads on her. No, it's the she hasn't got an upset stomach at all. Like I say, it's she does it every night without fail. If I feed her, and then she'll look around, and then she'll go and do a little poop, and then she'll run away, and she just does it all the time. It's not like the other one's trying to stop her from going in the litter tray, because I've got loads of litter trays in the house. You know, like really nice litter trays, yeah, which I kept clean all the time. So I just think it's just her. She's just odd. So, oh, I know. And I've got to say this before I start as well. And I know I'm rambling on a bit, but I like to warm myself up before I get into the world predictions. So I've got an uncle called, he'll not be watching because he'll probably be in bed now, and he's called Uncle Dougie, right? It's my mum's brother, and he lives in the Midlands, and I'm really close with him. I love him to bits, and he's well known in the Midlands. He's a comedian. He does all the stand-up shows around the Midlands, okay, the Black Country, okay. And he was, I remember when I was a little girl, right, he knew, was it Dave, oh God, from Slade, remember? Slade, the group from the 70s. Was it Davy Jones? No, not Davy Jones, that's the Monkeys. Dave from Slade, okay, was his friend. And I need to call him up because he was also friends with Jasper Carrott. That's another, he knew them all. Billy Connolly, Jasper Carrott, all to do with the comedian scene and that. It was the Black Country. So I need to find out because Dave from Slade, the lead singer of Slade, was also good friends with Ozzy Osbourne because they were all Black Country lads from the Midlands. Dave Hill. Thank you, Dave. So I remember as a little girl, you know, meeting Dave Hill. So that's me little bit of claim to fame, you know what I mean? So I just thought I would tell you that. And so I need to ring Dougie, my Uncle Dougie, and see, did you know Ozzy? Did you get to meet Ozzy? Do you know what I mean? So I've been watching a bit of the Osbournes, the latest ones, and they're so funny, you know, where they're now sitting on the couch and they're looking back watching the show. And Kelly was so naughty when she was little, wasn't she? And it's quite good to watch, actually. So anyway, let's get into this. Let's see what's going on. Straight away I've got the Holy Cross, the White Cross. Something about the Catholic Church coming in here. Something big. Right, I'm just going to go with scrying tonight, and then I'll turn some cards over afterwards, okay? So this is straight away, because you can't ask the crystal ball anything. You've just got to wait for the images to come in. I'm seeing a set of islands. The tropical islands, or it's something to do with the sea. There's going to be an event near sea and problems with water. I'm seeing lots of water. Remember what I'm telling you, it'll all fall into place there. I've got to laugh what somebody, Inchworms, put there, the Louise Osborne show. Oh, I like Sharon. I think, God bless her, what she's been through. Right, okay. Right, so I do feel that there's going to be some crazy weather, especially if we're getting into hurricane season. I think this is what I'm looking at now. Before we know it, it'll be the fall, you know, it'll be the, it'll definitely be autumn time, and then we'll think, where's the year gone, for God's sake? It's gone so quick, hasn't it? Okay, so I can see a gentleman stepping forward from the spirit world, and he looks really important. He's Indian, you know, like, is it Sikh Indian? Is it Hindu? I think it's Hindu. Get a Hindu god coming in here and saying that there's going to be some big changes to take place in India. And India is actually going to do really well with the global economy into the future. You know, there's going to be a crash, then things are going to change. But they could take the lead with a lot of gadgets and stuff like that, you know, like trade, which is going to change as well. But there's going to be some catastrophe to do with Indian land. And I don't know, again, if we're looking at earthquakes or mudslides or something here. But I feel like I can see lots of Indian people crying, and I feel like I need to send healing and blessings out there to the people of that area of the world. Recently as well, I've been listening to a few of Michael Jackson's songs and the one about the world, and I've never took notice of it until now, and it's when he's singing about the planet and that and the animals and that. And I've got something up my sleeve for years, and I'm going to be doing it at some point. And Michael Jackson, I was connecting with him, and it was last night. I was listening to his music, and I felt Michael Jackson was saying, "You've got to do it." And he says, "I'll lead it with you. I'll lead it." So what it is, I want to get, you know how I do like live, sometimes remote viewing for relaxation. Earth song, that's it. It's the best, isn't it? So I thought that we could have like a live safari, and I could take you into Africa and we could do something like that. And I think it would be good for remote viewing skills and stuff like that. If you just want to do that, you'll have to comment on the link below and we'll do that. But the Earth song's so emotional, and I think he put a lot of, it was so spiritual, the lyrics. And I was getting that, and I was thinking, right, I've got to do like a live safari for you. We'll do like a remote viewing on this, and we could all go in astral travel, and I'll lead you and take you in there. But Michael Jackson, I believe, you know, definitely, I feel he was definitely innocent with all the situations, what was said about him. And I do feel Michael's, you know, he's now in spirit and he's healing, but he's also helping the children over on the other side. And I think that's what he was doing here. He was helping the children in Netherlands, what was it? Netherlands. Would you like that, Journey Angel? People think that was a good idea, and Debbie and that. So yeah, if you want, we can do that, and we'll, there's loads we can do, you know what I mean? But it's not always about aliens and politics on this channel. You know, we can do spiritual stuff as well. But it's as if he was saying that there's a step up now for light workers on Earth to take the lead and to help people. And this is a message for everybody out there in this audience tonight, that don't be afraid. Just be yourself and do what you need to do. We haven't just come here to this planet to procreate and meet the love of our lives. We're all here on a mission to help humanity, be it whatever, or to help the animal kingdom. And I just think it's, Michael said that there was going to be a massive rise in light workers stepping into their roles, what they need to be doing now. So there's going to be a massive shift, and I feel it's going to take place from August onwards. I really, really do. But the volcano's coming in for August. Let's have a look here. You know, I've talked about, this is for entertainment purposes only, you know, but I've talked about this before, where I can see like a swan event, a black swan event, where there's going to be a situation what's going to take place, and you're not going to know if it's true or not, but it is true, where you don't know. It's been brought on for distraction. But God moves in mysterious ways, and the veil is really lifting now, really lifting, and we're seeing people for what they really are. We're seeing right the way through people. So this is why everything's happening, what's happening with the Tate brothers, you know, it's all coming to light now. But this is like another, I know this sounds really crazy what I'm going to say, but it's like another Epstein ring in a different way. And I think there's going to be a lot of names connected who are going to start exiting away from them. That's what I feel. But I see bars, I see them behind bars. But there's going to be a twist, not with one, not with two, but with three people. Now listen carefully to this, because I do like prophecies and that, and I see visions. So it's going to be where there's going to be three people, which are going to be different separate situations, are going to be put behind bars in a jail situation. And then something's going to happen where all of a sudden they're not here. A bit like an Epstein incident. And when I'm saying that, I'm sort of directing it around. I'm not saying it's a definite around the Tate brothers, but it's not ruling it out. But it's definitely connected to do with that young man, what's been to do with the trial, to do with Charlie Kirk. All right, I definitely feel there's something not quite right there. And then there's somebody else. I think it's going to be left, right and centre. There's going to be all sorts of stuff coming out. But you see, truth gets mixed up with lies as well. And this is the thing. And at the minute, the press, because they're jumping on it and trying to make it political, they're trying to drag Barron into it. Do you know what I mean? Which I believe Barron's innocent. He's just a young man. Now, yes, he may have talked to them. But this is the thing. Should that not be that Barron should be like a sort of innocent, you know, like gullible, his age and everything, being dragged into it, like believing, like young men look up to other men when they believe that they're right. So everyone's been taught a lesson, even Trump, even Melania. If they've allowed this, because they've allowed him to talk to him, you know, whatever reason, you know, everyone's been taught a lesson. But I don't believe that Barron is like guilty of anything. That's what I wanted to say to you. But it's funny how you've got the left side trying to bring it all to that, you know, Barron's, you know, bad and he's in on it and all of this. And I felt when all this happened, I felt Trump isn't going to stick up for them. He's going to exit out because his kid's involved. This is what I felt. I'd be very surprised if Trump frees him from this situation. I'd be very, very surprised. Good God, we've got Batcat flying through the air. She's shit on the floor. She's now flying through the air. She's really on full form tonight, aren't you? What you doing? She literally dived through the air from the fridge freezer off the door, like Batcat. I'm sure it's the full moon effect and that. Are you alright, baby? Go and get your chickie. No pooping off the door. I think that Barron was talking to him and maybe he was trying to get some advice off him or something like that. But a lot of young men have been doing that and have been gullible and brought into it. But this is what they do. They backstab each other, you know what I mean? When they don't get... Andrew Tate, if Trump was freeing Andrew Tate would not be saying that about Melania. So it's just... That's what it is. I wouldn't believe anything what comes out of Andrew Tate's mouth. That's what I'm saying anyway. Okay. Anyway... It's serious allegations and I just feel like they're going to end up behind bars. That's what I'm being given here. Exactly. Barron was just trying to get advice. Just a gullible young man. You know what I mean? But that's the press. That's what the media does. It tries to pull him in, you know, to make him look bad. And it's not the case. That's what I feel. And that'll just blow over, so it'll be okay. I'd be very surprised if anything comes from that. Let's have a look. There's also, talking about jails, I'm getting Ghislaine Maxwell, so there's something big to come out with her as well. It's funny, I see her walking free from that jail, you know. So there's something going on there as well. It's all weird stuff what's taking place here. They like it if you like them or you don't like them, the Trumps. Do you know what I mean? I just think that... How old is Barron Trump? He's not that old, is he? I mean, there's probably been many young men who have talked to Barron Trump. It doesn't mean that they're paedophiles or they're some sort of criminal. Do you know what I mean? It's all going to start coming out here. But there's a video doing the circuit at the minute, and I think the Daily Star put it out, and it was of Andrew spanking one of his lovers or something, but really hurting her, and she was crying, and it was horrible. Do you know what I mean? And there's another one of Tristan going on weird with just the way they talk to them and stuff like that. But he's actually verbally like admitting what he was doing with them. Do you know what I mean? And I don't want to go on and on about it. I just feel very strongly that there's going to be some arrest what's going to take place with this. And the reason why it hasn't happened beforehand is because certain places like Romania and places like that, you know, in Dubai, they don't extradite the way they can since, I would say, about 2019, if not before then. I'm seeing lots of numbers coming up, and it's all to do with the economy. So don't be surprised if there's some big news coming in around the Tate brothers around about the time there's lots of other things going off. Okay. I don't think that they're going to be able to get out of this one. I do think there will be arrests with them. Oh, it's also, there's a timeline where something could happen as well to one of them or whatever. Janie Angel's saying here, there's lots of glitching going on tonight. Is anybody else having trouble with the computer tonight? It seems okay at my end. Oh, I've got 1,118 coming in here. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. Oh, definitely, Stephen. We need to move on from that. Okay. I've seen this vision before, and it's something about a towering inferno, so I don't know what that is. There's just all these different things coming in, left, right, and centre. And as it looks like, we as the Brits are going to be getting a new tax. God almighty. It's the latest says it's going to be land tax. But apparently they're going to abolish. I'll have to pull some cards out on this. Apparently they're going to abolish the council tax. And it could help the economy or something. I really don't know how we can do that, like. But I think for people in the north, it's not going to be as bad. For people in the south, it could probably affect them more. But this has all been a plan, you know. It's just another puppet with a different face, but the same agenda. And they thought that, you know, maybe he's get Andy in because he's a northern lad, you know, and it might soften the country up a bit. But it's the same. He's in the club with them all. He's definitely the same, I think. Okay. I think time's going to tell, and I think October, November is going to be interesting to do with around Parliament. Give him 6 months and then we'll know exactly for sure. But at the minute it looks like, I mean, his team, he's got Angela Rayner in who avoided tax and seemed to get away with it. Yet we get hammered. Do you know what I mean? They're all tax they just evade tax, don't they? Paying it. And they seem to be like all taking the stand at the minute. But I definitely feel the 20th or the 21st is going to bring some big news out in Parliament. But you've got to understand, we as the people, we never chose Andy Burnham. You know, this is just part of what they're doing, their little show. So I know you've got Nigel Farage trying to push for that we could have an election earlier. And it's possible that could take place. I do feel 2027 is going to bring eruptions into Parliament and a lot of big change. So possibly watch for that. Right, so I feel as I'm looking here, it looks like there's going to be a lot of crazy events to do with weather. What am I saying? I'm going back to an island again. I don't know why I'm getting this. God forbid. I hate it when I get things like this because I can't change it. You know what I mean? I wish I could. But I'm seeing an island and it looks like they're trying to get people off the island or away from the island. And I see lots of fatalities. I see body bags. This is for entertainment purposes only, right? This is my take on what I feel and what I see. Take what resonates. But to me, there's something coming. And I don't know, it seems like, I don't know if it's a volcano on an island or something. But I see problems with water and lots of dust. Remember what I'm telling you, it'll all fall into place there. It's heavy, this, you know. Really heavy. There's an A connected and a Z or an S. So I don't know if this is to do with the place or an area. Okay. I don't know why I'm seeing, this is interesting, I'm seeing Prince coming in from Spirit. And he's singing Purple Rain, and there's a sign to this, so I don't know what that means. What's the lyrics to Purple Rain? Somebody else said it's glitching. Are you having trouble? Purple Rain. Lyrics to Purple Rain, guys. Do you know it? Purple Rain. Yeah, I've put that in, you know, like it has come up as Purple Sin. Purple Sin. Come on. The internet is playing up tonight, isn't it? When the doves cry as well, I'm getting a weird feeling about that. Why won't that lyrics? I feel like swearing. I think it's the full moon. It's affecting us. I'm a Scorpio. Do you know what I mean? That's me excuse, fuck. Just feel like saying that out. Right, I never meant to cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain. I only wanted one time to see you laughing. I only wanted to see you laughing in the purple rain. Is that it? Surely to God, there's got to be more lyrics. And there's like, I only wanted to see you laughing in the purple rain. Purple rain, I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain. Right, so there's got to be something to do with rain then. Maybe it's something to do with an issue to do with the skies or something. It has to be. Is anybody else feeling a little bit agitated with this full moon coming? Or is it just me? I'll refresh the chart. That's weird. Google says it means the end of the world. Oh my goodness me. It's something to do with the air quality. That's what I'm seeing. But I'm also seeing red skies as well. I've mentioned that in the past. Now, don't jump on the stream. Don't know. What do you want? TC's not in the garden. Are you going to be a good girl? Be a good girl. No pooping. Mummy loves you. Are you pretty? Are you a pretty girl? Yeah, she's a pretty girl. Okay. Where's the Kennedy Centre or something? I don't know why I'm getting something about big news and around something to do with a Kennedy or a Kennedy Centre. Where's that? Don't know why I'm getting that. There's something coming out to do with that. And then I'm getting the Oval Office and big announcements. Washington, D.C. Pollution in the air. there's going to be like some sort of emergency or something what's going to be announced. Something about air quality. It'll be temporary, but it will be a worry. Then I'm getting Iran again. It's coming in really strong. And then you've got all this hoo-ha going on with Ukraine and Russia at the minute. And this is all planned to bring the economy down. It's all about to happen. And I mean, I know it just kicked off, wasn't it? Was it just last week where they were near the bay where I had said where it was all going to happen, near the Black Sea? Okay. Right. So this is so weird. I don't know how it's all connected, but it's coming through. It's connected. Ukraine and Russia is connected to do with Iran and Israel. It's all the same, a war in the same way, like different reasons, but it's all connected the same. I'm also drawn to Tokyo. It's just bouncing out of this crystal ball here. And there's going to be some big, I feel like I want to send healing and blessings out there as well. And it may be to do with the earthquakes, or there's a big one coming there. But they're very equipped over there in Japan, you know. They've got like the buildings are all like built to withstand stuff like that. So somebody had asked earlier on about Turkey. I do feel Turkey's not out the woods for more earthquakes. But I feel, Julie, you will be fine when you're going. It might not be where you're going. If you're going to somewhere like Marmaris, I feel I don't get anything around that area to do with that. Not at the moment, anyway. Okay. I'm now seeing people in white suits. And the last time I seen that was to do with the COVID thing, you know, like when they were spraying stuff in the streets in China. I don't know why I'm saying something like that again. That's coming in. So I don't know if that's to do with another virus, what's coming forth or something. So there's going to be a lot of distractions. I'm going to give you some numbers here, and these are to do with dates. So I'm getting 15th, 16th. The 19th, the 9th. The 24th, the 20th, the 21st. I think I got that before, didn't I? And the 13th. I'm jumping here, and I don't know why I've gone from that, and then I'm jumping all the way over the ocean, and I'm going to Ireland. And this is awful, but I see like another bloody Sunday coming. And I feel like I need to send healing and blessings out to the people of Ireland. Someone's about to kick off over an island, okay? Okay. So I think that it's not out of the woods, you know, to do with what we're going through with the borders and stuff like that, and the problems at the borders. I think that there's going to be more problems arising there, and especially as I'm looking into Ireland. Hey, I tell you what, there's some big shocking news coming out to do with Scotland, to do with politics. So there's somebody big within politics. There's going to be some shocks to come out there, so watch for that. Not just one person, two people within politics up in Scotland, so watch for that. So Michelle here owns this put, purple rain meant the end of the world where red blood and blue mix in the sky. Oh my God, because I was getting red as well, wasn't I? And blue. Faith of God. I definitely get this sort of biblical feeling tonight, you know. It's coming through really strong, especially with Michael Jackson going on about what about the world and what about us, and talking about the Earth song and that, you know. Now I've got the Holy White Cross coming back in again. So there's a lot of events taking place. It's like the wrath of God's about as well. That's what's coming through really strong tonight as well. So like if people get away with things, you know, they don't get away with them once they go over and meet their maker. But also I feel it's like he's got his angels on earth here at the minute, and there's a lot of things to take place. There's a lot of justice to come to light here. There's a lot of greed going on the planet, as you know, as well, you know. And I think when everything comes out to do with these Tate brothers, I'm going back to that again, I think there's going to be some well-known podcasters with egg all over their face after this one. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, oh, well, you know, you're wonderful and come on my channel and all of this crap. Do you know what I mean? And I just think that it's abuser is abuser, really, at the end of the day, isn't it? It doesn't matter how they're wrapped up and how they look. And this is a teaching for every one of we, you know, like you can't, it's like a false world there. It's like the people who, it's not just in media, it's on social media as well. The people who, not everybody, mind, I don't mean everybody, but like certain people who worship people like that, you know, because their money, it's all about money. And everything's going to change. Everything literally is going to change. I've seen this before where I see people queuing up in New York and they've all got packages. And the packages look like... please don't worry about this when I'm saying this. It looks like it's like a short-term sort of like an emergency package thing. There's going to be a problem with the economy. The economy is going to crash. So I feel what's going to take place from Iran, there definitely has been threats towards the UK from Iran. That's the latest. Because we're helping the US. That's what they don't want. There's going to be something big there. What's going to come out there with that? Wait a minute. It's like whatever takes place is going to be heavily distracted by another big event at the opposite side of the world. And I've talked about this for a few years. It's like you're not going to know where to look. It's all happening left, right and centre. It's all going on. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to crash the economy, and they're going to use these events to crash the economy. It's something to do with Iran, definitely. And it's going to stop trade coming in, but then it's going to bring the new trade in with the new ideas. And it's possible that we could go, they're trying to make we go digital, but I definitely feel that'll be a long time before that happens. But a lot of some of it's digital, but there's still, I see gold back coin as well. It's coming through really strong. So the Earth's going through a massive transition, and this will go down in history. I see it. It's written out there in the stars. Oh my God, guys. It's huge. And it's like, it's written, it's already happened. It's weird that. And I've talked about this before, where there's no such thing as past, present and future. It's all happening at the same time. Simultaneously, there's, you know, it's all happening at the same time. And it's written that the light workers, what came to Earth, all of we, right? That we came to raise the vibration and to help humanity. The boots on the ground. The transition from the greed and the power. It's all to do with oil, right? Oil's coming through really strong, and gold and everything. It's going to change. But it's going to bring the control. It's going to take time. And there's going to be a fairer world out there. We're going through a massive transition. So how we are spiritually evolving, so is Mother Gaia, so is Mother Earth. She is going digital. Sorry guys, I'm saying this and you can't fight against it. It's coming through really strong. What you can see, what I can see. And I'm telling you now, and I've said this before, 10 years from now, this world is going to be unrecognisable. It really is. There's something going on with extraterrestrials here. Oh my God, I can see it so strong. I'm so excited. I've never seen this before. What is it? So they're bringing in the technology. They're working within secret governments. They're wanting to clean the planet up. They're walking amongst we definitely know that. A safer world. And it's to get rid of the dark stuff in the dark markets, you know, the trafficking, the child trafficking, the horrible stuff going on. Because of the digitalization, it will stop a lot. I know there's a lot of people out there and they don't want this, and it makes me uncomfortable as well. But it's going to stop the underworld, because it's not going to stop the underworld. It's going to make it harder for them to bring in the fentanyl and the cocaine over the borders, and it's going to make it's harder for the trafficking and everything from border to border. It's going to be harder for them to do this. So in the end, it's a safer world for our children. But I'm telling you now, and we've talked about this before, like talk about the 90s or the 80s, and it was like a different world back then. And I actually do feel it was. So if you are feeling very sort of woo-woo at the minute, and you feel like you don't belong here or something weird's going on, you could be sort of in between worlds, you know, sort of going from old Earth into new Earth. But you just got to keep yourself grounded as you're going through this. Just keep concentrating on you and keeping yourself grounded. It's very important. What's going to be? They're going to get used to their world first. They're going to crash everything and then bring in the new technology. Are you listening to what I'm saying? They're going to crash everything and then bring in the new technology. And then when that happens, once we've got used to their world, then they'll step forward. Now I can't give you a date because I'm not gonna guess. But it seems really powerful tonight. And I've also been told here they would intervene if they have to, if things get out of hand. Okay. It will be stopped if they try to pull a nuclear. It will be stopped. They've got the technology to do that. But it's not ruling out pulse weaponry problems. But it's the grid what's going to go down. And that's what Putin will use. Or China or whatever, you know. Even our sides. It'll be grid what they'll do. Or stopping fuel getting through. So trade is massively going to change here. I want to take it into the 10th month, which is October, and that's going to be big as well. And also to do with, I would say, on the global screens, to do with politics, there's going to be some big changes there and some reshuffling. And that could be within American politics as well. But also the royal family. Remember, everything I'm telling you, it'll all fall into place there. When the man stands in snow, we will know the truth. And it makes you wonder if it is going to be that something's going to affect the sky, which could change the weather and make things really bad, where we could get a big freeze or something. It's like I'm saying all the Knights Templars have been reborn on this planet from the Crusades, and they've come back and they're all awakening now. It's huge what's taking place. And not just the Knights Templars. Different names throughout history, you know. Different crusades. Different wars. It's a correction of right over wrong. It's a balance what's taking place at the moment. There's a young lady coming in from Spirit. She's just a young lady. Sadly was taken out through dreadful circumstances. But she's coming in here saying, there's shocks to come from big names. And the Epstein files is bigger than what you know. It's got tentacles coming off with their own little groups of their own files as well. And it's all, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. But be prepared for big names to go down. Big names to come out here. I'm drawn to France. I know France has had a bit of a rough time with the heat recently. And I keep going back to that situation with Notre Dame, with the fire. And I see another situation, but it's a weird situation. I don't know if it's in France or it's somewhere else, and it's to do with like a historic old building. So watch for something like that. I'm going back to the Pentagon again. There's something big coming out here. And I've just seen something's coming out about 9/11, or no, it wasn't. It's not. It's to do with where all that money went missing around the time of 9/11. I believe it was ploughed into the space stuff. You know what I mean? It was billions of dollars went missing, wasn't there, from the... But I've just seen Edward Snowden's face, so watch for him coming on the screen. Right. National security problem. Warning. They're giving us this. And the spirits pointing to their phones. God knows what that is. There's something coming in. It starts off national. What took place with the COVID, and then it just went boom and all exploded. This is something what takes off periodically in different places, and then it just goes international. And it's some problem to do with phones. And I got this last week. I was going on about the Congo, and that's where they build the phones, isn't it? Is that right? The mobile phones and that? I'm seeing Pavarotti. I'm seeing him coming forward from Spout. Yeah, I love that song, 𝓛𝓸𝓾𝓲𝓮. It's like he's coming in and he's singing about that. see events to take place. And the rise of the Vikings. The Viking gods are unsettled in the seas. Okay, I'm just going to put this down a minute. Wow, 1,530. Are you hearing us okay? Give us a 5-5 if you can hear us. Let me go drink the water. Can you hear us okay, or is there a bit of a glitch? Kind of. That's weird. I'm getting hacky looks off me cat. If cats can give hacky looks, I'm getting a hacky look off her. What's wrong with you, baby? You love mummy? When they blink like that, a cat, and they do that, it means I love you. That's what it means. The Viking gods. Yes, good. Right, okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this down in a minute, and then I'm going to pull some cards out. I am a little concerned about air. There's something about air in problems, and which is going to halt everything, and it's going to stop everything, and there's going to be problems with planes, air traffic control, digital. Everything's going to halt. Everything's going to stop. We have to prep. We must prep. When I say prep, get your candles and whatever you need. Don't go mad, because we can't all afford it. I mean, it's a case of economy's really bad now. Everything's up through the roof, and the price of everything's gone up. So we can only try our best, but try and prep if you can. So the cash, the money's going to change as well. This is really, really strange. And the last time I got this, and I'm saying it again because it's coming through really strong, they'll use whatever's coming to bring anything that they want, because it's part of that plan to bring we up to date, because everything's been held back from we. But the last time the UK, when they went through decimalisation, was it in the 60s? Late 60s? It was, wasn't it? Or was it the early 70s? I'm sure it was the late 60s. Because I remember being at school and going from decimalisation, going into the pound, you know what I mean? And learning the new economy. So they're going to do this again. And I don't know why I'm getting euro dollars connected. Euro, is it euro dollars? Anyway, the euro is going to be connected. There's a new trade bridge coming. 1971, right, okay. I know I was at little school, baby school, when I remember doing it. So there's going to be big changes to do with the economy. I've just bought myself a safe. Because I'm going to plan on trying to keep more cash in the house. So it's advisable, if you can, keep cash just in case the hole in the walls go down or anything, that type of thing. If we do have a blackout, it's always handy to have a backup. That's what I'm saying. Torches, hot water bottles, because I'm talking about the next few months when it starts to get colder again. Blankets, supplies of things that you need, torches, matches, candles, a handheld radio if you can, with batteries in. Batteries is a good thing. I got myself a little, I got it from Amazon actually, just a little, it was only 30 quid, with the little canisters, you know, just for like, anything happens, it just means I can heat a tin of soup or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like a little camping cooker. Saz J says here that you started to use your supplies because they start to go off, yeah. And I've watch as well when you're buying stuff in, the sell-by dates aren't as long as they used to be. But it's just handy to have, if you can buy stuff in what's got like long date life on, which is good, you know. Okay. Going back to these islands again, it's coming through really, really strong. Okay, I'm definitely seeing Japan. There's some big changes coming in around Japan. I send healing and blessings out to all my viewers over there, and that you are protected, because whatever takes place, Japan's built on a it's built on a very sacred ground, and it's definitely got, the gods are protecting Japan, should I say. And whatever takes place where the continents can change through time with crazy weather, I do believe Japan will rise. It's on a very protective ley line, protecting it. I do fear for parts of the UK could be underwater into the future. I don't want to sound all doom and gloom, but I think that weather's going to get crazier. And I do feel that we, as the people of the UK and Europe, it's going to have to be low at some point that we're going to have air conditioning in our homes and stuff like that. Naughty! You little cheeky little monkey. Are you alright, baby? You've been pulling at your neck again, haven't you? Oh dear me. Me, baby. Okay. So I definitely feel currency is going to change there. She's been really plucking at herself, you know. Dear God. So, you know, when we had Brexit and we came out of the EU, I said that they're going to put us back in and they'll use a different name. And this is what I feel what's coming. This is what I definitely feel what's coming next. Okay. Something's also going to kick off to do with the Falkland Islands again. That I see that, and I said that a few weeks ago, and I'm sure something's been said about that recently, hasn't it? See Trump saying something about it. Okay. Somebody's going to go into exile, or they're going to just bugger off and go, and I see like this big ship or this big cruise ship, and they're going to disappear. I don't know who it is. I really don't know who it is, but there's going to be something crazy happening with the cruise, like a liner, like sort of a posh yacht. So watch for that. Somebody with loads of money. You could imagine if it was somebody like the Tate brothers or Trump. I'm just saying, I'm just joking. But somebody's going to just disappear and just go off on a big yacht somewhere. It's really weird what I'm getting. So watch for that. Okay, I'm just going to put that... Oh, what was that? Price of gold is going to go up. soon. So you need to buy your gold before it starts flying up. And you'll make money. August is interesting. There's going to be 2 dips in the market. A drop, and it's around the 12th to the 15th, the 16th, and then, or the 17th, yeah? And then from the 21st onwards, it's going to rise again and then go up and down. That's what I'm being shown. I mean, I'm no expert. I'm just showing how it goes up and down, you know? Right. Okie dokie. I'm sure my cat's getting affected by the pollen, you know. Mummy's darling. You're going to have some wound care on that when Mummy's finished. Aren't you? Dear me. Just sitting there. Give me 2 minutes. What a strange night we're having tonight. What is 2 minutes? This is what I put on her. Got it from the vet. But I can't let her see the tube because then she runs away. It's just got like it's like a little healing balm. And it's got like, it's like honey. Oh, she's seen it. It's okay, baby. There you go, my little darling girl. Oh, she hissed at us there. Just a little bit more. Things you got to do. I've got to be like the cleaner, the nurse, the... Right, you've caught yourself there. You might have to go back and see Dr. Sharon, you know, and get them checked out again. She seems to do it around this time of year, and I think it's got something to do with the pollen. There you go, baby. Oh, dear God. I should really wash my hands, but hey-ho. Right, I'm going to pull some cards out just to double check with this to do with Iran, okay? Because it's quite a worry at the minute. I need true answer. Give me 7. No, I need more. True answer, please, Spirit. Seven cards. Is it going to kick off? Yes, we've got Middle Eastern connections. I don't know why I'm getting Egypt as well. There's going to be a problem there with trade, or there's going to be, they're trying to block it coming in there. We've got the Torah there holding the High Priestess. Look, she's holding the Torah. These are very old cards, can you see? She's holding, if you turn that upside down, you'll see that it says the Torah. So there's something definitely going on here, globally. And I said this last week and I'm saying it again. There's going to be... Israel's going to get moved, or part of Israel's going to get moved. I don't know why I'm getting that. I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's just what I'm saying. At some point that's going to take place. It's all to do with the economy. It's going to be okay, but my God, get ready for this. The shit is about to hit the fan. So we've got the Tower card. Everything's about to come tumbling down. But we'll be fine. You know, what's the worst scenario? I'll look into this in a minute. There's something what's going to have what on the edge of our seats, and it's coming in to do with Russia. Because he's sort of involved with all of this as well. It's that everybody's trying to fight for whatever they want from all of this. This new earth technology, the new economy, and sometimes people have been getting away with some governments, I'm not saying all, have been involved with trafficking on borders and making backhanded money from this. And I do believe that with this new system coming in, they're not going to be able to get away with and doing this. So there's all sorts going on at the minute. You know what I mean? All sorts of things going on. It's all about money there. It's all about the gold. It's all about the gold. Everything's about the gold. Okay. So we're going to be on the edge of a WAR situation here. So we as the people, will we be okay? Spirit, give us a true answer. Give me a true answer, please, Spirit. Eventually, yes. I think we're through it. There's something bigger coming. There's something bigger coming, and it's a trick. Bigger than COVID. Bigger. Far bigger. It's a trick. We've got the moon card here. But we are protected. This is Goddess Isis, not the movement Isis, by the way. But there's the eye there to protect with. There's the moon card. There's the deceit coming in. There's something tricking with to come in. People queuing up, going places, made to go places. You don't have to. Just go inside, shut the door. This is what I'm being shown. The Magician card, there's like a trick coming. And the last time I spoke about this, it was when I was talking about the Steven Spielberg's film. And I know it's just a film, but for example, in the film, Steven Spielberg's film from the 70s, that one, saying that they had to get out of town because there was something wrong with the air. But it was really about the ETs coming. And this is like, it's a situation like that. It's something big what's coming. There'll be a restriction on money for a short time. And for a short time, I'm not so sure if we will know what time it is. I mean, I could be talking just about a 24-hour thing here, but it's something what has we're on the edge of our seats. But we are going to face, I see warships going out. I see fighter jets going out. But then they turn around and come back. There's like a bathed pig situation coming. That's what I see. Okay. There will be a shaking of hands. Rush out. There's going to be peace to come. What the bloody hell's going on there? It's very dark. It's very weird. But at the moment, I don't feel Trump's best pals with Putin at the moment. That's what I feel. Don't forget, I don't follow the crowd. I go with what I get. Okay. It's all about who's going to be the leader of the new world, the leader of the new economy. Okay. And I tell you who's gone quiet for a while is Kim Jong-un, and I see big things coming out with him as well. Then there's going to be this woman who's going to come forth, and I don't know if this is his sister or it's somebody completely different to do with China, because I am getting an oriental feeling. I don't feel it's Japan. So it's either China or Korea. There's a woman to step in to take back the power for the people. And she's petite and she's going to shout when she talks. Shout. So it could be Korean, because Koreans do that, don't they, sometimes? They do, I think they do. I always think of that newsreader in Korea. It's hilarious, and she's like shouts when she's telling you something, you know. So maybe it's that. And there's going to be some big changes there to do with Korea. And I predict into the future, there won't be a divide between North and South. That's to come. But I don't know how far, and we're looking down the way there. But I also will predict tonight, and I really don't know of when, but there'll be no divide between Israel and Iran. There will be peace to come. Eventually there will be peace to come. But I fear that there could be an explosion before then and a lot of problems. And it's between two mountains. There's a bay. There's explosions. And it just looks, oh God, it just looks like Death Valley. It's so bad. The troops will be sent in to get them out. Maybe in an awful sort of way, maybe we have to go to that point to bring in the peace. Because it's not the people. Well, the majority of people not anyway. It's the leaders. But we will have peace on earth. So what's happening now is actually written from the future. I see written that there is a war to come. There is changes to come on this planet. And we're on the edge of this. We're on the massive edge of this all about to take place. It's huge. The Two of Swords. Who's that? King of Swords. That could be BB, Benjamin Netanyahu. There's going to be some big news coming out with him. When the Lovers cards come out, I always get big news is coming. There's strength amongst we. Massive strength, and we will be absolutely fine. So it's more like we're just witnessing this than, I'm not saying we're all going to be involved in it, but there may be some in this audience, God forbid, who may stand in queues and get these packages, but it's for a short time. And we will be okay. The lights will go out. I'm going to put these back together again. Wait a minute. The lights will go out. I'm just going to pull some cards out on this yacht situation because it's doing me head in a little bit. Who is this guy in the yacht? Who is it? Who's going to suddenly exit? Right, we've got the Queen of Wands here. That could be like the Ukrainian sunflower. Okay, we've got the Moon. Right, okay, it's we've got Donald Trump here. We've got Donald Trump and we've got Melania. And I actually do think that there's going to be a lot of dirt dished out on them, and it's from Tristan Tate. I really, really do. There's a lot of dirt there to come. So there's Trump, and there's his son, his youngest son, Baron. That's Melania, because she's like Eastern European, isn't she? Isn't she? And I think that there's going to be some things we knew that anyway. There was some things due to be dished out there on all that. But something about a helicopter as well. There's something big coming out to do with a helicopter, so watch for that as well. It could be linked to do with the Tate brothers. Did I not say to you, and I said this a little while ago, that the Epstein list, there was more to it, and you have to backtrack, and there's more stuff to be revealed with other situations before it reveals the whole list. And I have a funny feeling, a really funny feeling, this has got something to do with the Tate brothers and everything what's going to come out. And it's going to just be like an avalanche of information what's going to come out from it all. Do you know what I mean? Got the double lovers here with another lovers card. At least they've got that. At least they've got. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, it's not. It's the world. Is that the world? These are so old. They were my nanas, you know. It's not. It's the lovers. Sorry. So usually the lovers don't have clothes on, but they've got their clothes on. We had another lovers somewhere as well. Where was the other lovers? Okay, we've got the 10 of cauldrons, so that's good. So I think that once everything sorts out, I do think we as the people will have the roaring 20s again. But I just think we're going to face something that's going to be a bit of a restriction. It's the only way I can describe. Definitely going to face some sort of a restriction what's coming. But we've got the Wheel of Fortune here. So I would say in the end, it's good for we, right? So it's just getting rid of the rot first. It's like you can't decorate that house without it getting a BMS. You know? There's also going to be some big news to do with one of Trump's older sons, and I don't know why I'm getting that. So possibly watch for that coming out as well. Okay. Give me another answer. What's going to happen to the Tate brothers? There's different timelines, right? Either they're going to, I feel they're going to go to prison. That's what I feel, they're going to get locked up. But I think something's going to happen to one of them. But then I also see another timeline where they could be extradited somewhere. And then karma will get them in another way, sort of thing. It's really weird. But Andrew Tate may have pissed off the deep state, right? It's obvious. But I also feel he's done some bad things. That's what I feel. All right? Psychically feel that. But I also feel there's a few people after him. Not just the deep state. Not just the system, you know, like the government over here. I think that there's more going on here. And I don't see a good ending. Give me another 3 numbers here. But Trump's on the rampage tonight, because I'm telling you now, if they've dragged Barron into it, it's not going to go down well for them. Because Trump obviously is going to he's going to stand strong with his son. Do you know what I mean? Edward Snowden's going to be pardoned, not Andrew Tate. Okay. Fighter men, fighter jets going out. And then the blue arrows will display over the USA skies above the White House. And a new president will stand. on a day of rain and sunshine, and a beautiful rainbow will appear over the White House. And God will bless the White House. There is change coming across all lands. All lands. There's that man again. That's Putin. And that's Benjamin BB. Okay. What am I getting here? Oh God, we've got somebody else here as well. That's Zelensky. We three kings, do 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 do, do 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 do. The new timelines are coming in, the new systems coming in. So baby Benjamin Netanyahu, he wants power in America, is that right? That's what's coming through here, quite strong tonight. Okay. They're not, whatever evil is going on, I can assure you, they're not going to get away with it. There's something bigger what's taking place here tonight, and it's God. It's God. And I'm still sticking with it. Trump's there for a reason to dismantle things until the right time when he exits. But tonight, last week I got he wasn't well. Tonight I'm getting, there's something funny going on. There's a lot going on behind it. I don't know, I'm getting a very extraterrestrial feeling tonight. There's something big going on here. But it's like you're going to witness them all attacking each other, and I think this is what's about to take place with Andrew Tate attacking what's been going on with the Trump family and stuff like that. It will be okay. Like I said, when the blue arrows fly in display over the White House and it rains and it's sunshine and the beautiful rainbow, there will be a new president and there will be a blessing. That's what I'm being shown. And I'm getting another song by Prince, and it's to do with doves. So give us 2 minutes because I've got the dove there. That's just like, I don't know, I'm just getting like heaven, beautiful blessings. Blessings are coming. Big changes is ahead. When the doves... What is it? When the doves cry? Right, Prince. I believe Prince was very awakened. Prince songs. And what Sue's put here, Trump is a matrix breaker, but not a Gaia fixer. What the hell? There's something definitely going on with the internet tonight, isn't there? When doves cry. there's something in these lyrics which I want to say to you tonight. Right. Dig, if you will, the picture of you and I engaged in the kiss. The sweat of your body covers me. Oh my goodness. Can you, my darling, can you picture this? Dream, if you can, a courtyard, an ocean of violets in bloom. Animals strike curious poses. They feel the heat between me and you. So what I'm getting is, I feel there's a message in the lyrics of this song, so I'm going to read the rest. How can you just leave me standing alone in a world that's so cold? So cold. I feel there's a big freeze coming at some point. Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe you just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Why do you scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when the doves cry. Touch, if you will, my stomach. Feel how it trembles inside. You've got the butterflies all tied up. Don't make me chase you. Even doves have pride. Interesting. Then it's just the lyrics again. When the doves cry. He was so deep, wasn't he, with his lyrics? Alone in a world so cold, world so cold. What is the meaning behind Dove's Cry? Right, it was about exploration of a relationship, turmoil, emotional trauma, and the fear of repeating one's parents' mistakes. The lyrics contrast romantic intimacy with deep-seated insecurities, wondering if the pain of miscommunication is unavoidable when love breaks down. Maybe any of you can take anything from that. I'm taken from it that the doves cry. I don't know, I'm just getting doves. I always think of angels, heaven, messages from heaven. Beauty is upon us. We just can't see it at the moment. And I'm going to read you the Earth song. Because it's been bugging us. And he won't leave us alone, as Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. Earth song. What about sunrise? What about rain? What about all the things that you said we were to gain? What about killing fields? Is there a time? What about all the things that you said was yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the blood we've shed before? Did you ever stop to notice this crying earth, these weeping shores? What have we done to the world? Look what we've done. What about all the peace that you pledge your only son? What about flowering fields? Is there a time? What about all the dreams that you said was yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the children dead from war? Wow. All the children dead from war. Did you ever stop to notice this crying earth, these weeping shores? I used to dream, I used to glance beyond the stars. Now I don't know where we are, although I know we've drifted far. Hey, what about yesterday? What about us? What about the seas? What about us? The heavens are falling down. What about us? I can't even breathe. What about us? What about apathy? What about us? I need you. What about us? What about the nature's worth? It's our planet's womb. What about us? What about animals? What about it? Turned kingdoms to dust. What about us? What about elephants? What about us? Have we lost their trust? What about us? Wow. What about crying whales? I'm going to cry here, like. What about us? ravaging the seas. What about us? What about the forest trails? Oh my God. It's all happening now, burned despite our pleas. What about us? What about the Holy Land? What about it? Torn apart by greed. Oh my God, he was so right, Michael Jackson. What about us? What about the common man? What about us? Can't we set him free? What about us? Oh my God, how awakened was this guy? What about children dying? What about us? Can't you hear them cry? What about us? Where did we go wrong? Someone tell me why. What about us? What about baby boy? What about it? What about the days? What about us? What about all their joy? What about us? What about the man? What about us? What about the crying man? What about us? What about Abraham? What about us? What about death again? Oh, do we give it a damn? That is so deep. How deep was this artist? Gigi's just put here, Louise, you haven't watched his video. It's a must. I know. I'm blown away. I am absolutely blown away. And it's for another show. I've got like a lump in my throat thinking about the animals and the burning planet and the children in the war-torn countries and it's just, and then you've got these greedy people doing what they're doing. He was a genius. He was Michael Jackson was a genius, wasn't he? And how many children was he saving? And they made him out to be bad because he was awakened and he knew what the establishment was up to. He knew what was going on in the world with the evil. He was terribly, terribly targeted. I'm going to pull 3 cards out for the collective just to shut this down for tonight. 3 of Swords, Temperance, 10 of Pentacles. Get prepping, guys. Get prepping, because we're about to go into a new economy. Basically, something's going to happen. Right? There's something biblical about to take place. And it's all the heads of the beast all fighting on. And they're going to bring the whole system down. And we just have to stand there and do our best, really. But if you look there, the angel's walking on the water. There's miracles to take place here. Because where there's evil takes place, good comes from evil. You can't have the darkness without having the light. And vice versa. So sometimes when horrible things happen, it brings everything into perspective and brings light. Because nothing sticks. Energy moves all the time. All right? It's I would say August is going to take where it's going to be about politics. But it's going to take we're out of politics for what we will witness. And I'll leave you that one for the night. Don't forget, stay safe, stay strong, and stay happy. Yeah? Because whatever is going on and what I've seen tonight, there's nothing more powerful than God and love. And it's the biggest weapon against the devil is love. And I'm going to leave that one with you for the night. Stay safe, guys. Stay well. And I'll see you all again soon. And may the force be with you all. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Now, how do I get out of here? My cat's fell asleep, by the way, after she's pooped all over the kitchen and flew through the air and messed my kitchen up. Just now fell asleep. Typical, isn't it?